trends are you seeing with catheters now?
Sure. So some of the trends that we're seeing, that I'm seeing, have to do with everything getting smaller and smaller, which is always ongoing, and the drive to get rid of fluoropolymers and to find solutions for lubricity that doesn't include fluorine, doesn't include fluoropolymers. And steerability, so the ability to articulate the distillate. So all your structural heart and all the companies, mature and startup, that are all racing towards other, various structural heart applications, they all have articulation of the distillate, and that need is just getting bigger and bigger. And more companies out there are all chasing the ability and novel designs for the ability to articulate the distal end of catheters, particularly for delivery systems, but also for a huge trend towards single-use scopes. So a lot of endoscopes, for example, are classically reusable, and they have to get cleaned, and the single-use scope model is big business now. And all of those require articulation at the distal end, most of them. So those are sort of the three big buckets that I can think of. The drive to miniaturize has always been a push, and it is more and more so now, more than ever, to do big jobs through small holes. So I always jokingly say that you have to minimize the outside, the French size, but you have to maximize the ID to do the business through the lumen. So eventually you get to the point where the ID has to be bigger than the OD, and then you're kind of stuck. But that's always the challenge: is how can we push the limits and ride the edge of technology for capability to produce specs and tolerances that will allow us to miniaturize in such a way.